Imagine you are measuring the performance of a process over time. You want to know one thing. How capable is this process of consistently meeting customer specifications? This is where PP and Ppk come in. Both are process performance measurements used in Lean Six Sigma, but they measure slightly different things. PP measures overall process performance. Based on the total variation in the data, it compares the spread of the process against the specification limits. In simple terms, PP asks, if we look at all the variation over time, how capable does the process appear to be? But like CP, PP assumes the process is centered perfectly. It does not consider whether the process is actually drifting toward one specification limit. That is where Ppk comes in. Ppk measures actual process performance. It considers both the variation and how centered the process really is. Imagine a process with decent variation but running too close to the upper limit. PP might still look acceptable, but Ppk will fall because the process is not properly centered. That means defects become more likely in real production conditions. The key difference is this. PP measures potential overall performance. Ppk measures actual real-world performance. This is why Ppk is usually considered the more realistic metric for understanding how a process behaves over time. The closer PP and Ppk are to each other, the more stable and predictable the process usually is. The goal is not just reducing variation. It is maintaining consistent performance within customer requirements every single day.
Explore free templates, calculators, courses, videos, and software tools at simplicityhub.co.uk. Simplicity Hub, making things simple.